Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 3, Episode 7 of Refresh Our Memory. To continue on to December 9th, 2021, at 4:54 p.m., I messaged Jen, my niece. I wrote, "Hi, baby. If you're not busy and need something to do, will you look up states no more than 1,000 miles away, reporters' names and email addresses, and or any information and send me some. I know it's only been 2 days, but I have to stay prepared in case the state of Oklahoma does not help. The outside states I may have better luck. Only when you can, though." Jen replied back, "Yes, I can start looking tomorrow." I wrote, "All right, thanks so much." 6:36 p.m. Patty messaged. She wrote, "The reporter said to let him know. Let him know. Ask him, how long is too long?" Patty said, "Say something like, you know, they wouldn't touch the story before. Why now? Please advise. Now, what would you do?" "Why not, Em? Why not? 1 week. Wait 1 week, then go to him again. Say, they did not care before. That's why I came to Michigan to you. And Em, maybe we need to write the book first, then go after it." I wrote, "I plan to message him on Tuesday of next week. I'm already looking up, well, Jen is looking for out of state reporters less than 1,000 miles away. And I'm praying the cut marks in the grass were from someone investigating a tree being there. Because if that's what they checked for, they will not find any tree stump. And man, why wouldn't they have just fixed it in the beginning? I get so damn frustrated with these people. And they have to believe in karma, because karma does get you. You may not be today or tomorrow, but believe me, it does come back to you, whether you believe in it or not." December 10th, 2021. Of course, waking up this morning, my first thought is, "Dear God, bless someone to help us. Bless the news station to contact me." A little later, Madison and I got ready to go to the cemetery for the third day in a row. The wind has been blowing so hard, and nothing stays in place, so we haven't left flowers for them. 10:06 a.m. Madison set Wyatt's flower vase down with crazy glue on the cement around his headstone to help hold it down. At 10:21 a.m., I found a heart-shaped leaf with a stem. It's odd how I noticed it, so I knew it was meant for me. I did take it. 10:22 a.m. Madison is digging some of the dirt up to be able to set Megan's flower vase in the ground to help hold it in place. I don't know if it will hold, but we are going to try. I took a picture because the ground has a blue color to it, and in all the years I've been coming here, I've not seen that. The pictures show blue on the west side of the cemetery, but gold color in the center part. When Madison was done, I took pictures of the area, and I took pictures of Wyatt too. And of course, while sitting with Megan, I'm crying. I just wish it was over and fixed. A Christmas wish. Madison looked at me and said, "Yes, that would be nice." And she has tears in her eyes. Shortly after, we left the cemetery and went home. Madison is getting ready for work, and the evening hours are quiet, and I'm relieved. December 11th, 2021. I stay busy most of the morning and early afternoon. I need to. Madison had to be to work by 11 a.m., so the day is more or less mine. I had a breakdown. The weight at times is too heavy. 1:09 p.m. I call Patty. I guess I need someone to talk to. She seems busy, but she did say, I think we need to get out a short version of the details of the book. Then after that, we can go after them. Our job is to let as many know as possible. I said, oh, I know. And I'm choked up. I said, I just wish it could be done with, but something keeps pulling me in, and I just can't. I wouldn't. I'm not going to. Patty said, no, we are not. This reporter will continue to help. I said, oh, I feel he's going to. I can feel that. I said, I believe this man is God's send. Patty said, yes, he is. And he will see it done. He will, Em. I said, God, I hope so. Patty said, work on a short version and I will edit it. After I hung up the phone, I thought to myself, I don't have the energy for the writing of a short version. I'm still trying to get a damn reporter to hear my story, Megan's story. 3:22 p.m. my brother John calls. He always seems to say something to make me feel better. He said, hang in there, sis. It's gonna happen. I said, I hope so. Sooner than later, I said. December 12th, 2021. I'm emotional waking up this morning. I cry. I ask over and over again. I try to keep my mind positive and to believe it will happen in God's time. Madison left for work and I stayed busy. About midday, I felt a need to get out of the house. So I left to put gas in the car and I rode to the cemetery. Yes, I went again today. I need to check on things after a couple days of the wind. 2:18 p.m. I pull into the cemetery, and of course I look toward Megan, and of course I'm crying. I cry because of the thought of once I'm done proving what I know to be the truth, I have to and go through removing Wyatt. God help me. Forgive me. I then pull away and I turn around. There is a big group of people celebrating a birthday party. There are a lot of cars, and I couldn't get through. I then drove toward the north of the cemetery, and I went to visit Megan. The flowers we stuck in the ground on Friday, they had blown away, so I put them back in the ground. I took a couple of pictures and I straightened up the vase of flowers, and then I walked toward the street to get a couple rocks to help hold the flowers that are stuck in a vase at Megan's site in place. It keeps blowing away. The wind is ridiculous. As I sat with them, I prayed to them to send someone to help me, to help us. I sat a few more minutes and then pulled away. I left the cemetery and drove around for a little bit to listen to the music before going home. Sometimes I need that. When I did get home, I had to just sit in the quiet and cry. I pray and pray. I ask and ask. I cry and cry. God help me. Then I think, He's got this. And that's what I am going to believe. I do believe in Him. I do. Yes, it's tough at times. Not the believing in Him, but the waiting and the time consuming. December 13th, 2021, 8:33 a.m. I'm awake. I thank God. While eating breakfast this morning, tears are running down my cheeks, and I'm wishing. 3:16 p.m. I pull into the cemetery, Madison and I. I pull up to Wyatt first, and a little later I pull around to visit Megan. I took pictures of her area. Her flower vase is still standing, and I like that. December 14th, 2021. I have a doctor's appointment this morning, and the great thing is everything went well, and I seem to be doing all right. I have been losing weight. From June until August, I lost 7 pounds, and between August and December, I lost 6 pounds, 13 pounds. Wow. And I'm not even trying to lose weight. The doctor asked, "Are you exercising?" I said yes. I cut out a lot of the carbohydrates. I had to. The only carbohydrate I still have, I told the doctor, is my Diet Coke. And I don't think I can do that one, Doc. The doctor laughed. He said, "Your blood pressure is great." I said, "Yeah, I'm getting older, so I have to do things differently." It creeped up on me. The doctor laughed again and said, "It sure does." I said, "And my A1C result, what is that?" He said, "Perfect, 7.3." I said, "Okay, good." He checked my vitals and put in my prescriptions and let me go. And I feel good leaving, although my thought is, I know why I've lost the weight: stress. And I'm praying that's all it is. On my way home from the doctor, I drove to and through the cemetery, just checking on things. And this is nothing out of the ordinary. Years ago, since 1999, I have visited this cemetery. I have drove by the cemetery, and I drive through this cemetery. At 6:22 p.m., I check my emails. I check them every day because I'm waiting, but I have nothing. I pray now someone is sent to me. December 15th, 2021. When I woke up this morning, I feel a jab in my gut. I have a heavy heart, and the thoughts I have of are so many of them disappointing me. But I do know it will all come out one day. As I lay here, I made a Christmas wish. After I got up, Madison is off work and wants to go to the cemetery, since she was at work yesterday when I went. We arrived, and I noticed they were having a funeral. We had to stay to the west side of the cemetery. We sat across from Wyatt. We kept an eye on everything and ate lunch. At 3:33 p.m. is when I looked at the clock after eating and saw the time, and I thanked our Jesus. When Madison and I were done, I drove to the back of the cemetery and turned around. Then I pulled up to Megan's area. I took pictures. We sat with her a little bit, and I drove toward the north entrance. I have a heavy heart leaving, and I really just think it's because they really believe they don't have to account for what they did. I believe they do, certainly. And please let me tell you, the story is, Megan's story is 100% the truth. And one more thing. It's also sad that I have to defend myself to people I don't know, and they don't know me. When Madison and I returned home, we decided to go Christmas shopping. We did knock out a big portion of it, but I'm usually done by now. But for some reason, I just haven't been in a Christmas mood, and I certainly have not felt like shopping for anything. I pray I will do better. May tomorrow be the day. December 16th, 2021. Good day to all. I can't help myself but to have negative thoughts of this, because of this and how these people have handled this matter. And yes, I have the doubts of the people who were to help. Then I ask, If there's anything I should be doing, show me. Help me to do it. Help me to know what to do as you have before. And as of the day moves on, I've done nothing. God is having me do no more. He will handle it. I believe that. At 9:48 p.m., I talked with Carla also, and she asked me, Aunt Em, I'm ready to do what we need to do, or are you waiting? I replied, I'm waiting, but I will get it done. Carla wrote, Yes, we are going to get it done. I said, Yes, we will. December 17th, 2021. Man, can I have a break? My body aches from all the hurt I feel. I'm broken, broken to the point that I am suspicious of everything and everyone. I cry at a little thought of thinking about this or even talking about it. I am a mess, but I know the truth, and God will help it be known. When Madison woke up this morning, I asked, Do you want to go see Wyatt and Megan? And of course she said yes. A little later we left. At 12:11 p.m. I pull into the cemetery, and there's no one here. Well, as we got to the top of the little hill, there is one car. We went to see Wyatt first, and we visit with him for a little bit, and I started to cry. I prayed to him and I prayed to God. I then drove around to see Megan. Megan's flowers in the vase are blown over. I had to find another way to help support the vase to hold it into the ground. So I stuck other flowers in the ground around the vase to help support it. And I hope it works. Madison took a few pictures, and when we were done, I prayed to Megan and I prayed to God, and I started to cry again. I had to walk away. I sat in the car and took a few pictures. And I take the pictures, well, because how do I trust not to? I pulled away, I drove home, and I sat crying. It's just too much at times. And this is the day, too. I'm so sick and tired of asking someone to help, someone to believe me. I'm now begging. Someone believe me. 3:59 p.m. Madison left for work. I'm all alone and I can already feel it is going to be tough. I'm so darn emotional. 4:04 p.m. I adore you, Megan Marie. 4:05 p.m. Patty called. We talked for about 20 minutes. It was a good conversation. And I did ask her opinion on something, and she said she would think about it. I told Patty I have a few ideas about what I'm going to write to the reporter at the beginning of the week. Patty said, yes, say that. Why not? What could it hurt? She said, we can't quit. That we cannot do. I said, that's not even in the cards to quit. It's just finding someone to help and to believe the story. Patty said, people do believe you. I said, oh, I know you do. Susie, Jen, everyone like that does. But I'm saying someone the city hasn't been able to convince I'm nuts because I know they are telling people I'm crazy. And that's okay. I can prove that wrong too. They say I'm the only one complaining, and I'm not. Telling the truth doesn't make you crazy. Patty said, so true. We will know what to do as we do it. I said, oh, I know already. Someone or something, a more powerful force than what's going on here on earth, has shown me what to do all through this. Patty said, yes, I know. We just got to keep moving, and we will. You've come too far. I said, oh, I know. And there's no giving in to them. There's no quitting. And we talked a little longer and said our goodbyes. And now my evening is relaxing. and I'm able to get things caught up. And thank you, Madison. Thank you, Patty, for all you do. 8:03 p.m. Susie called. I talked to Susie and she seems to tell me what I need to hear, whether they are for me or against me. She always knows what to say. We talked for over 3 hours. When we talked about the cemetery and the information of who has helped me and who hasn't, she understood exactly. Susie said, I pray for you. She said, hold on, sis, because this will happen. You are at the tip of it now. That reporter is continuing to help. I said, Patty says the same thing. Well, because the reporter did say to let him know how it works out for me. So I believe in him. He is helping. Susie and I talked a little longer, and then Madison came in from work. Madison ate and got ready for bed. Susie and I talked a few minutes longer and said good night. December 18th, 2021. Such an emotional morning. I want today to be better than yesterday. The longer I lay here, though, thoughts came to mind that I can't do this. I can't. I don't have the time for the bullshit feelings because there's no one else to do this. I have to do it. I got out of bed and started my day. And while cleaning, I stopped to type in the timeline, and my mind went to writing a short version of the storyline. 12:13 p.m. I sat down with pen and paper and I wrote. I wrote in some information and took a break. I started writing again, and a short time later, and after the third try of writing it, I got it done at 2:19 p.m. Now my body aches from reliving it just over and over. 6:32 p.m. I also got on my timeline caught up from the past few days. I have to. I have to keep the faith and stay positive and stay on top of it. December 19th, 2021. For some reason, Madison called off work today. And gosh, I hope it's not because of the state of mind I'm in right now. I do try to stay busy to not think so much. But when I run out of stuff to keep me busy, I'm an emotional wreck all over again. Madison wants to go to the cemetery, and of course we did. 12:11 p.m. I pull into the cemetery. Only one other car is here. I pull up to Wyatt and we visit with him. I pray to him, and then a little bit later I pulled away. I pull up to Megan's area and I took a couple pictures. Two of the pictures were up close of the rock headstone. It makes me so damn sick of all the crap they pull out here. We visit with Megan for a while and I pray to her. And of course I start to cry. We left the cemetery and Madison and I went to the stores to get a few more gifts. And I will wrap gifts this evening. It's a relaxing evening and I got some gifts wrapped, but 5. I will do them tomorrow. Have a good night. December 20th, 2021. I had to ask, why am I always crying? I wrapped some more gifts and I cleaned up. 6:25 p.m. Carla, my niece, called. She wants to come by and visit, so she did. It's nice to visit with her. At 10:22 p.m. Madison came in from work just in time to see Carla for a few minutes as Carla is leaving. And we did have a nice visit. December 21st, 2021. I thank God and my angels for waking me up. I start my day. Madison mentioned about going to finish the Christmas shopping, and we did. We were back home by 12:30 p.m. Madison got ready for work, and as my afternoon moved on, I know today, being a Tuesday, it could be a good day to send that message to the reporter. But for some reason, my mind isn't in it. My heart is, but my thinking isn't. A little later, I got on Facebook to look on the cemetery page. Megan's page. My niece Jen created to share Megan's story. But looking at it hurts my heart. But I know what they did, and I know what they need to do. But will they? I love you, Megan, and show Nana what to do, as you have before. 4:26 p.m. Another day will pass, and I have not heard anything. December 22nd, 2021. Yes, Madison and I will try to finish the shopping today. When we get back home, I finished wrapping what gifts we had, but we didn't finish today, so we will finish it tomorrow. Or I should say, Madison will. And for the past week, maybe longer, I've been praying, give me a Christmas miracle for Megan and the others. I would even cry it out. Bless me with a miracle. And thank you, dear God. Amen. December 23rd, 2021. I'm feeling the stress today. I'm praying the same prayer. I'm staying busy because I need to. With the Christmas holiday coming and the weekend being busy, I spent the day cleaning. It keeps my mind off of other things. And thank you for this day. December 4th, 2021. I'm having a rough morning, and it turned into the afternoon. Madison is getting ready to go to the cemetery. A little after noon, we pull up to Wyatt. We visit with him for a little bit, and then I pulled around to visit Megan. Yes, you know I took pictures. I talked with her, and the same request came to mind. A miracle for Megan and the rest of them. I've been asking over and over again. We then left the cemetery, and when we arrived home, I finished with the family room and getting ready for our family Christmas party. And I got it done, except for the last minute things you do before a party begins. Merry Christmas Eve, December 25th, 2021. Merry Christmas. I'm awake but laying here thinking. Early afternoon is great. Madison, myself, and a friend of our family is in the kitchen with finishing cooking and preparing things for the party. When we were done, Madison and I went to the cemetery before everyone arrives for dinner. When I pulled into the cemetery, it's busy. I noticed a car sitting at Babyland 6 West, Megan's area. Madison looked at me and asked, do not stop and talk to them. As I drove on to visit Wyatt, we were walking up to Wyatt, and Madison said, I don't think today is a day anyone would want to talk about this. And I looked over at her, and I agree. She is such a smart girl. We visit with Wyatt, and I would look over at Megan's area to see if the person or people were still there. They stayed for about 3 to 5 minutes after we arrived, but I can tell you what the vehicle looks like. It was dark blue in color. 4:44 p.m. I took a picture of Madison at Wyatt's grave. I also took a picture of his headstone. Then we went to visit Megan. The person or people had left, and I have to think that I missed this opportunity to talk to someone. I took a picture of Madison with Megan, and I snapped more pictures. I took 2 more pictures of the tree trunk of the existing tree. And when we were done, we got in the car. Madison is sitting in the passenger seat, and she reached down and said, is this that leaf you've been looking for? The leaf I've spoke of in a heart shape with a stem? And I had thought for weeks that it had blown away or out of the car. But I was so excited to see she had found it. It certainly was a nice sight to see on Christmas Day. When we got back home at 5:14 p.m., I took a picture of the leaf. Then I took one of both of the heart-shaped leaves that I had found at the cemetery. I took the picture of the 2 leaves together, and I now have both leaves sitting on the fireplace mantel, and we are ready for dinner and our Christmas party. We all had a great day, and I thank God and my angels for the events of this day. Thank you for listening, and stay kind with your words.